Hello and welcome to the TCF Morning Show. It is Tuesday, December 31st. It is New Year's Eve, boys. We are almost to 2020. That is pretty crazy to think we're about to be in a different decade as of tomorrow. But I am joined tonight in the year 2019 by Matt at schools_01 and Pigoy at TCF. Pigoy, the horse betting guru as of right now. I am Zach Lilia. You can follow me on Twitter at ZLilia, LILJATCF. Follow the main page at typical_Chicago. Instagram, Facebook, Typical Chicago Fans. Go on to Apple, Spotify, Spreaker. Look up Typical Chicago Fans. Our podcasts are on there. We do the audio version of this also. And then we also have the Typical Chicago Fans podcast itself. Yesterday we dropped episode 60. Go check that out on there. But if you want to see the video version of this, if you're watching this, we're on YouTube. Subscribe. We're up to 40, boys. We got our 40th subscriber today. That's big for us. May sound like little numbers, but 40, I'll take it. I like that. If you, like I said, subscribe on there. We also put the video version of that podcast, the Typical Chicago Fan podcast, on there. So check both of those out. Subscribe. Like I said, go on Apple, rate, review, give us a 5-star rating. We know you want to. It's almost my birthday. It's almost Matt's birthday. So for our birthday presents, go on there, give us a 5-star rating, and it's all we want. It's a simple, free present. Maybe somebody that you're around during the holidays, New Year's Eve, go on their phone, subscribe, rate, and review on there also. But, boys, what are we doing right now? We got some horse racing. I need some picks here from Pigoy.
We're betting horses.
We're betting horses. You said you were going to throw some winners out on air.
All right. I took the 2 in the next race. I took the 2. I took Molly's Wanted.
Win, play, show, or just win?
Yeah, I took it.
I got to remember that's what across means.
I took the 2 across.
Anything else? Nothing, Matt? What you got in that? You got anything else in that?
No.
We'll find something else maybe throughout. But
I do kind of like the name number. That's horse.
Matt likes the 3, like the obscure 3.
Yeah.
Is that what you're taking?
Yeah, I'm gonna throw a little $1 bet on it. Throw across the board for what?
It worked out for us in the last one, so might as well.
Yeah.
Matt had a little bit of no. Yeah, right. No, that was the 11. The 10 was close. That would have been a nice little payout.
Oh, we kind of smashed the last race.
But let's go into our first topic. Bulls Bucks. Bulls lose. What was it? They lose 123 to 102. I had the over in the game, so I had 221. I should have known it was around there. Went over. Also, I had the Bulls plus 200 in the first half money line. They lost by 3. They should have actually won, but some stupid fouls there at the end. Bulls end up losing, like you said, by 21 points. Did either of you get a chance to watch that game? Because it was nothing to really watch there. The Bucks are a dominant team. The Bulls just were kind of there. Like I said, in the first half, my buddy was over here tonight. He said, I got the plus 4.5, which did hit. But you always, if you're going to bet the Bulls, go first half, because it seems like they play super well in the first half, and then the second half, something happens to them. They forget how to play basketball, and that's usually where it goes downhill. So,
just so you know, that something is where they come up with a talent deficiency compared to the opponent they're playing. Is what usually happens.
But like I said, if you want to bet the Bulls in some way, maybe look at their first half. You'll get some value, and that's when your only chance really to win a bet on them. Pigoy, any thoughts on the Bulls?
Yeah, you know what? As far as a betting strategy goes, it's probably a good point. Just because, I mean, they're just not talented enough to hang with a very good team like Milwaukee or anybody else in the league that's very good. So I think betting wise, first halves are probably good. But like you said, they were never going to be in it against the Bucks. So, it is what it is.
Yeah, they said it's one of those games. It just shows you that they weren't. I mean, the end score was just because the Bucks kind of had their second stringers in the game, and the Bulls kind of kept putting the pressure on. But the Bucks are the dominant team in the East. But I was saying this last night on the show. The Bulls still about a game and a half or 2 games out of the eighth seed in the playoffs. The Orlando Magic are the 8th seed right now. The Bulls are now, I think, what are they? 13 and they were 13 and 21 now, and they are like 2 games out of the 8th seed. The bottom of the East is just ugly. Like 7-8, 6-7-8, just nothing really there. The East is very top heavy, as the Bucks are the dominant team in there, in the East, and somewhat in the NBA itself. I would say that they're them and maybe the Heat and the Raptors are the only team that could really compete maybe with the top teams in the West. So I think that the East is going to be a 1 or 2 team race, maybe 3 team race if the Raptors can keep in it. Am I missing anybody else from the East that would maybe contend? The 76ers, that's who I was forgetting. And the Celtics. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. Actually, I'm going to the Celtics-Bulls game on Saturday. So I will be in attendance for a good game at least. I get to see a good team in the Celtics, so that'll be exciting. Today, we had some exciting bowl games. We had the Fighting Illini going down to California in the Red Box Bowl. There was really not really much of a game at all. Illinois kind of kept it close in the first half, but California kind of showed their dominance in the second half. I had Illinois, so that was a tough one for me. But like I said, they put up a good fight. They're in a big time bowl. They lost by 15, ended up 35-20. We had Mississippi State losing to Louisville 28-38. I had the over in that game, so that was beautiful. Western Kentucky, and is that Western Michigan?
Yep. Michigan.
Western Michigan.
That was a clusterfuck of an ending there. You guys see that?
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
you
being a graduate of Western Michigan, it was an embarrassing performance to close out the game with a 12 men on the field on a Hail Mary, basically, and then thus move your opponent into field goal range, and then let them kick a game-winning field goal with no time on the clock on an untimed down. So yeah, it's a great way to lose a bowl game.
Just how you draw it up.
Pretty much how you draw it up, right?
Yeah, that's tough, but
it's not ideal.
They pushed, so they would have pushed for you. Did you take them?
No, I actually.
They're +3. So
I was just on the. No, I just had the under, so it was just another. That worked out. That was a winner.
Winner. You said I like to take maybe a spread or not the team. Like if you like a team, take the over under. At least if you can win that, it'll at least make you a little happier.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just kind of looking.
Well, and their quarterback had the third down. They ran a fake pitch, and the entire defense bid on it. And the quarterback kept it, started going around the right end, and he dropped the ball, fumbled the ball, and fell to the ground to pick it up, and he was obviously down then with the college rule. He could have ran 30 yards untouched. It would have been a first down. They would have put him in field goal range with a minute and a half left. So, and then there was a fourth down. They did not kick the field goal from the 30-yard line and ran a play. Didn't convert. So it was a comedy of errors for Western Michigan on that game, to say the least.
The little Mac school trying to show out, but they came up a little short there. We are watching the Orange Bowl go on right now. Florida's up 33-21 to Virginia. Virginia is in the red zone, though. Did we hit the over? What was the over on that? Was it 55?
I hit it 54
so we need one more score. But tomorrow starts a 2-day just amazing slate of college football games. We start tomorrow, Virginia Tech and Kentucky in the Belk Bowl. It starts at 11, so a little early action there on your New Year's Eve morning. I think Kentucky is 2.5 point dogs to Virginia Tech. Would either of you be taking any of that action?
I don't know. I think I'm passing that.
Passing that game.
Yeah, I don't know anymore. I can't.
That's a
I have
flip-
no
flip a
idea
coin.
what to think of these bowl games have been crazy. I have no idea what to
Like
think.
we got Florida State,
Oh.
Arizona State in the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl at 1. We got Navy, Kansas State in the AutoZone Liberty Bowl at 2:45. Wyoming and Georgia State in the Nova Home Loans Arizona Bowl. I wrote these all out because I just
Jesus.
love the names of all these bowl games. And at the end of the night, we got Utah and Texas in the Alamo Bowl. That will be exciting. The 6:30 game on New Year's Eve. A lot of people will be out. We got our horses off. Is that 3 in first place? Oh, 2 is in the way back.
Sorry.
2's in last. And then
He's looking at everybody.
New Year's Day. New Year's Day is a big day again. Minnesota Auburn is the noon game in the Outback Bowl to start the day off, and then we got Michigan Alabama in the Citrus Bowl also at noon. So a lot of good games to start the day on New Year's Day. Are you guys a big New Year's Eve or New Year's Day? Do you guys do more on New Year's Day than you would do on New Year's Eve, or what are you fist pumping at? Is there a touchdown or something?
No, Florida had a big run. No, so to answer your question, I am a big kind of hit it hard New Year's Eve. Celebrate the New Year, come home, rejuvenate, then get going again New Year's Day, and just keep the party going. Like I like going out New Year's Eve. I like coming home.
I'm coming to hang out with
bit,
Eagle.
No,
going
man,
home,
this is
or going back out New Year's Day. Keep the party going again, and just watch the football, have some drinks, and just keep it
Pico,
going.
you are opposite of everything we said last night in the show. You are
What
opposite
you
of
talking about?
literally everything that we said in the show last night. Last night we said none of us like to go out for New Year's or New Year's Eve at all.
Oh, I love it.
We
I
kind of poo-pooed all over the whole New Year's thing, and then you come in and it's like your favorite holiday.
Dude, I like going out, but not too late, and then going home, shutting it down,
Did we get a winner
then getting
here?
up, starting the Bloody Marys a little bit, then keeping it going New Year's
Is
Day.
this race still going?
No, it's a replay. I don't know what the hell happened. I was talking about New Year's Eve.
Yeah, I think it's your favorite holiday now. I didn't know you were such a big
It's-
New Year's
it's
Eve guy.
pretty good. Oh, it's a 4.
The
God
4
damn it.
hit. Dang it. Where's the 3
I
at?
Where's my 2?
Probably in last. Oh, there's the 3. There's the
That'll
2 right
be-
there. Just past
It'll be
them.
it'll be a show, so it'll be a photo finish. We'll figure it out.
How did that thing finish?
I don't know. I don't know how to read these numbers on here. Oregon, Wisconsin is in the Rose Bowl at 4:00 New Year's Day. That'll be a good game.
That game I like.
I like
dude.
that game.
Who's our
game should be
Who's our pick in the
entertaining.
Rose Bowl?
I would go. I like Wisconsin. I like Wisconsin. I love the over. I don't know why I love the over.
I think I like Wisconsin. I think I do.
I think I like Wisconsin too. I don't know why, but I just think they will. After the Ohio State game, they got a little fire. I don't know. That's gonna be a tough game for me because we'll just have to see what kind of spot I'm in during that game because that's after a lot of football games that I'll be game. And then we got Georgia Baylor in the Sugar Bowl, All-State Sugar Bowl at 7:45 to end the night.
How does Georgia not just beat the shit out of Baylor in that game?
I don't know. I'm almost thinking Baylor money line. I don't know if I like Georgia. I don't know if I like it.
The only thing is, it sounds like Baylor's coach Matt Rule might be on his way to the Giants. So,
So
is there?
Yeah,
Is their focus going to be everywhere? Is one thing to keep an eye out.
very
for.
true. Very true. We'll see.
That's-
But I just see a Georgia
That's
team has been very disappointing this year for what they could have been. I mean, I know it was just that one game, but that was a game where they had so many opportunities, and they seemed like who was it? They lost to somebody at home. That was
South
yeah.
Carolina.
And I watched. I think I had them in that game, and it just seemed like every opportunity they had that they just couldn't get back into the game. But like you said, Matt, if their coach is on their way out, maybe the kids' heads really won't be in the game. And you never know. Like I said, they're young kids. You never know how that's going to affect them, especially if you're a junior or a sophomore. You're going to be back next year. You don't know who your coach is going to be. But as Matt was saying about the
Right.
Giants head coaching spot, yesterday was NFL Black Monday. We had a few coaches fired this morning. Pat Shurmur was fired. He was fired this morning, right? Or was that yesterday?
Yes. No, I think it was this morning. I think it was actually like official.
His
this morning.
overall record was 9-23 with the Giants. Not very good. Freddie Kitchens fired.
Brutal.
He is
That's
1
brutal.
year with them. He was 6-10, and just nothing good happened. He got a team that had a lot of expectations with it and went nowhere. Matt.
One thing about Kitchens, dude, and I was reading an article at lunch today about talking about his firing and everything and how it all went down. And, like, I did not realize that guy was only running for 1 or 2 seasons before he became the OC under Hugh Jackson. And then all of a sudden, he became the OC when Hugh Jackson got fired and then Greg Williams came in.
Yeah.
So he became the running backs coach, OC for half a season, then all of a sudden he's a head coach.
Pretty much he was just there.
Never a head coach at any other level of football.
He was there. They kind of trusted him, and they said, hey, can you be a head coach for us?
Their offense was like half a year. But Jesus, man, like that's turning over the keys to that guy just pretty blindly off like 8 games.
Man, no, it just
off 8 games of an emotional team who just fired a coach that would like,
and then,
of course they were going to rally around anybody at that.
And then
point.
you get 1 season, and then it kind of you're out the door already. But there was no way they could have moved on in this situation with Freddie Kitchens as their head coach.
They're not turning this around under him.
No, there was no way. The players that they need on their team to turn it around didn't respect him, didn't like him. You could tell by the actions on the sideline and stuff. So they had to make a change at head coaching spot, or nobody was going to be happy. And like I said, you got to make the players happy before you're going to – if it was an established coach, yes, maybe. But he, like I said, lucky he even had the job in the first place. So he kind of had to fall on the sword for the season that it was this year. What else we got here? Jay Gruden was fired by the Washington R-Words. He was 35-49-1 in his time with the Redskins. And 0-1 in the playoffs. So I think that the one Robert Griffin III game.
I think it was.
It
had to be when he hurt his knee.
I mean, he was fired early. He was fired earlier in the season when they really Washington. But with Callahan, there's no way they can that guy, that interim coach, kept Callahan back. I mean, like that. No. You see the performance that team threw up.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god.
Bad.
It's.
And then Riverboat Ron Rivera, fired by the Panthers. He overall 76-63-1 with the Panthers, 3-4 in the playoffs, and a 1 Super Bowl appearance, which they lost. But he was hired this morning, which had been yesterday morning, as the most likely the Washington Redskins' new coach. Is that final?
It's pretty.
I think it's official
tomorrow. The Washington Redskins also firing Bruce Allen, GM Bruce Allen. A lot of changes in the Redskins organization for the good, because nothing's been going good for them in the process. Maybe the Bulls or the Hawks should maybe kind of look at this and say, when you need to make an organizational change, you should just get rid of everybody.
So I saw that, like, during Bruce Allen's tenure, the Redskins were 62-107-1. I think. I mean, they legit. He was there for 10 years and legit averaged a 6-10.
That's not good. I'm just gonna say that's not
good at all.
But some coaches here, I'm gonna throw out.
That's a pretty easy firing to make.
Yeah, pretty easy.
Oh yeah,
it's crazy. He still had a job.
4 years too late.
Some coaches that were told they were safe. Adam Gase, who kind of had some weird reaction when he was talked about Le'Veon Bell. Being a little not enthusiastic about next year with Le'Veon Bell, but I just think that's kind of the way Adam Gase is. He's kind of a weirdo. But Le'Veon Bell did not take kindly to it, I guess. So we'll have to see going forward what's going on between those two. But Adam Gase apparently has a safe job with the Jets for at least next year. Dan Quinn got what? He is safe after the start that the Falcons had. Unbelievable.
How?
Unbelievable that he is going to be the Falcons coach for another year. After as mediocre as of a season as you could have. Yes, you fought back and maybe you looked good at the end, but that would be if I'm a Falcons fan, that is unbelievable. You're like,
it's like he was like the reason that they were what they were.
Bad.
Yeah.
Bad.
I don't get that at all.
Like what? And then Matt Patricia, I really didn't think that they were going to make a change there, but you could have seen something happening after this year. But he is going to be the coach for the Detroit Lions next year. Anything else on the NFL, boys?
I'd say Patricia's got to have the hottest seat going into next year of anybody.
Yeah, because
right?
you're Dan Quinn. What's going to get you fired? If what you've done already hasn't got you fired, nothing will.
Dan Quinn might get an extension before you know it. You know?
Yeah, I think when I saw that when I was looking up some stuff for the show, I thought that was pretty unbelievable. Pigo, anything else?
I saw Fangio for the Broncos is kind of in a hot. No, it was Marone from the Jags.
Yeah, they have a
kind of
meeting
on a hot
today.
seat
They have a meeting, I think, today or this morning or sometime today with the Jaguars. So that could end up being the end of his time in Jacksonville. We'll see. Already got rid of Tom Coughlin.
Can I get your guys' early anticipation for today's Bears press conference with Pace and Nagy? First time
It's
Pace
New Year's
gonna
Eve.
speak.
So on New Year's Eve, they pushed it to New Year's Eve. It was supposed to be yesterday, as in Monday. I think they did that so it can be kind of a news dump. I am most intrigued to listen to what Ryan Pace has to say because you haven't heard from him all year. You rarely ever hear from him. Like they were saying on the radio today, he is the hardest to get a hold of general manager in the whole thing. There's no one else. Even Paxton. I mean, he'll go on the air and at least give you some interviews or whatever. He hasn't spoken, I think, all year. So I will be looking forward to see what he said. You kind of already heard what Matt Nagy and what Mitch Trubisky said throughout the season. I think it's going to be a lot of that again. But yeah, I am looking forward to see if there's what's going to happen there. But it's also just ready for the season to be all done and over with.
They're going to have to find a way to get creative at least because they can't just come back in with the same roster, same coaching staff, all of it. So
something's got to change.
Something's got to give.
But like I said, I think they pushed this to New Year's Eve, so kind of a news dump. They won't get a lot of press for it, but it's the most anticipated post-season, after season, off season, going into off season interviews because it's about as bad as it's been in a long time. Because yes, it was supposed to be you're still in an okay spot, but the expectations were so big, Super Bowl, even just wild card, and it's just it all went away and. Now we got to answer all off season. Matt Nagy is on the hot seat, if we want to say, it's all off season until the first snap of the first game next year. So we'll see how that goes. We got a long time until that's going on. Move on to baseball. Baseball is going to be in February, so we'll think about pitchers and catchers returning.
Can't come soon enough.
But the Blackhawks, though, they are 4 or 5 points out of the wild card, so we can at least have that to maybe look forward to. Boys, it's New Year's Eve. Pigoy, I didn't know this, that you were such a big New Year's Eve, New Year's Day person.
It's a big carryover
but
party.
Let's do our New Year's Eve Madden ratings. I'm gonna go first because I think that Pigoy is going to be his overall will be very high. Planning of the New Year's Eve night and planning through the night. First, I'm a 5 to 10. I am awful at planning. I don't make the plans. I just go with the flow. Tell me what to do. Tell me what to pay. Where do I got to pay for an Uber? Do I got to pay for a ticket to the bar or something? That's fine. But I keep to go through making the plans. Not me. Not my thing. And I always usually just screw it up anyways. Matt, I'm going to let you go first because I think Pigoy is going to be the highest.
Planning, 65, we'll say.
That's pretty good.
I've done some things, but never never much of like anything that takes too much work or too
It's
much
not
effort.
not a bad thing.
Yeah, I mean, I've gone to like concerts on New Year's Eve, and that's been fun, stuff like that. Planning how to get down there, how to get back. Like I'm not planning a big party though. I can tell you that. So that's why I'm only sitting in the mid 50s, mid 60s, somewhere like that.
Pigoy.
Now, like I don't necessarily plan like bus trips or whatever, but it's just like it's planning a specific group of people to meet at a certain spot at a certain time. I think I'm pretty good at that. So I'll throw out the hey, we've got a couple options, but we're gonna meet here at whatever 10 o'clock, and we're gonna hang out here till the ball drops, champagne, whatever. I think I'm pretty good at getting people to a certain spot, so I'll give myself like a 77, 78.
Okay. 70. That's pretty high. I mean,
it's respectable. It's respectable.
You can be trusted with a party. Let's just say that.
Yes,
Matt?
I can be trusted with getting some people to somewhere at a certain time.
Okay. Matt, what is your New Year's Eve Madden rating?
Well, you guys know I like to go to Maggie for this one, and again, not a chore, so that's cool. Another week. Her initial response to me throwing the question out was, see, what did she say? I'm usually asleep by 9 on New Year's Eve.
Not a bad thing.
Yeah. So she's like, I really got nothing, or something along those lines. But tonight she threw out pre-gaming because she said she's really good at that.
Oh, yeah.
For pre-gaming is as important as we know for any event as much as it is for New Year's. So
Especially,
I think you got to starting early, starting often. You got college football all day. You got sometimes you get the random years where there's NFL games too. It can be an absolute perfect day, and you don't even have to leave your house.
But
so that's what I do.
You gotta
like
watch
about New Year's,
yourself,
so.
and the fact is, you gotta make sure that you don't overdo it. You gotta be up at midnight still.
It's a marathon. It's a marathon.
You gotta make sure because it's
Not
one
a
of those
sprint.
nights.
Not a sprint.
It's one of those nights that you're supposed to be up at midnight. Sometimes when you go out, it doesn't really matter. I guess if you pass out a little earlier than midnight, but on New Year's Eve, you want to be up at midnight. Like you said, you want to maybe pace yourself, so that could go into the factors of rating yourself on the pregame. I'm going to go with, I'm about a 70 to 75 on the pregame. You got to make sure you got enough beers before you go out, especially on New Year's Eve because it's going to be expensive. So you got to make sure that you're maybe drinking some hard alcohol before you go out also to get the buzz going a little stronger, so you can just maybe sip on some cheaper beers at the bar. So it's really just kind of thinking about when you get there, what kind of money you want to spend, and the buzz. You got to get you got to know yourself in the right buzz, and I think that I do a pretty good job of that.
Kind of piggybacking off of that, I do agree that the pregame is very important because you do not want to go too hard during the pregame so you don't lose your whole night. So I think I'm pretty good at the pregame. Probably good
you
mid-70s.
Don't want to go too soft though either. Don't sell that short. The pregame the pregame is a key factor to a good night.
Oh yeah.
And it also depends on what time you start the pregame too.
Right.
You start the pregame at if you're watching football at 2:30 and starting the pregame at 3 o'clock, then the cast of characters could be really screwed come about 10.
That's what I mean. You gotta.
If you start the pregame just right, which will piggyback into my man rating, if you start the pregame just right, you'll be in for a good night. So I think I'm probably about again high 70s, low 80s pregame guy.
Okay. So we're all pretty above average or so. You'd have to say.
We know how to kind of steer the car for a little bit.
Yes.
For the pregame.
Matt, you gave yours right.
I did not give mine actually.
What is?
I'll say pregame. I'm going to say 87.
That's
very good.
That's good.
Very good.
Yeah, I know you're a big Tito's guy, so that's always usually a good way to pregame.
It's easy and smooth. You can't go wrong with it.
Easy, smooth, and you know how much you need to get yourself to that right buzz to get to the pregame perfect. Pigway, end us out here on the New Year's Eve man ratings.
All right, mine is the pregame snack, piggybacking off of Matt's.
That's a good one.
That's a big,
very good.
The pregame snack. I got what do I got? Meatballs, little smokies, wings, whatever you want. I can facilitate.
You're
your
gonna give
pregame
yourself a
snack
high
meetings.
rating, from Pigoy.
Well, probably.
What
So
is?
let's see what you guys think.
Oh, I'm gonna go. I would have to say
if you had to pregame snack the New Year's Eve, what do you rate yourself?
60, a 60.
All right.
I'm about a little above average. But my thing is I'm more into like the junk food aspect of it and not like the like chicken wings. And I'm usually bringing like the chips or like cookies or just like random shit like that.
All right.
I think that I need to grow up a little bit on my choices of appetizers. That's what I would have to say. The appetizers before the beer, at the pregame.
Appetizers.
Matt?
Appetizers.
Well, I'm a big dude, so I can snack with the best of them. So we'll just say, just in general, probably say 79. If I'm bringing it, I will say mid 80s. I like to bring something good that everybody can kind of dabble into. One that's going to be a general hit, not specific to somebody. You know, you don't want the spinach artichoke dip, even if it's good. You know, not everybody's gonna like to eat spinach artichoke dip, but you get like a fire meatball or something. I mean, I like. There's a spinach artichoke dip from Costco. It's really good, but I'm not a big fan otherwise of it in general. But you throw out like some really like good meatballs, some cocktail
buffalo chicken
like
dip.
that. Oh, buffalo chicken dip's a great one.
That is
you
my
can take
weakness.
that to any party; it'll be a hit. I don't care what's going on.
Yeah, that chicken crack dip or whatever people are making too. That stuff's good. It's good stuff, man. There's a lot of ways to go. So it's easy. You can really make an impact with the night at an easy effort there. So I'll say probably an 84.
Pigoy, the anticipation is killing me. What is your pregame snack overall rating?
My go-to. I mean, my go-to is probably a little Reuben dip. I can do some meatballs, little smokies, wings. I can do.
Oh boy!
You name it, I'll bring it. My man rating for the New Year's Eve pregame snack is 88.
Oh wow, you're almost 90 territory.
Whoa!
It's
you know
it's
what you're
there.
gonna have to do tonight though. You're gonna have to take pictures of all the snacks the pregame snacks that you bring to prove to us that you are the 88 overall. You got a lot of work ahead of you.
Well, if my horse comes in for this race, it's about to post. I'll be buying a lot of New Year's Eve snacks.
Did you do one of the superfecta things?
No, it's I took the 10 at 7-1.
Love it. But that was our New Year's Eve Madden ratings. I had the planning. Matt had the pregame, how you pregame for New Year's Eve, especially because it's going to be a late night with the party kind of starting around midnight anyway. So you got to make sure you pregame correctly. And then Pigoy throws out the pregame snacks, which he says he is very good at, and he is going to show us on Twitter tonight why he is an 88 overall in snacks. So like I said, you got a big night ahead of you. You got to prove to us.
I'll live up to it. I promise you that.
Love it. Our last
we need a check in at some time. You know, maybe about 11:15 or so. See where you're at.
Have a snack check in. But
just somebody text me and I'll send you a picture of what I'm eating. We
got this coming up here in the next week or so. Maybe the next few days, the TCF Great Debate. We're going to do Candy Edition. Matt's going to be putting that together. The regions we figured out are going to be a little more difficult, so we'll have to work around that. But Matt is working on that right now, so look at for the next few weeks here, or the next week or maybe a few days here, the TCF Great Debate Candy Edition. The TCF Great Debate is back in general. We got a bunch of ideas that we already are going to work through here. Pigoy will be putting that out on the Twitter for us, so get ready to check that out. Pigoy will be going through a lot of work for that. It's a lot of work, so retweet it. Let's try to get out there and see how many votes we can get on these things. I think it'll be kind of cool with the Candy Edition, and I think the next one we're going to do is sports movies. or I think that was or sports video games was the next one. So
I think movies. would be a good one. I could really work with
over
movies.
the next few months or so. We're gonna be doing something like that. Maybe we'll be doing some giveaways for some merch within that. Our guy Pigoy. Oh my gosh, I forgot the sponsors beginning the show. I'll have to do it at the end. Score Trader, $50.
Score Trader.
We got third place. He got third place. Pigoy, how much money did you spend on this app to win the $50? No.
$0, sir.
And he got third place.
$0.
So
Excellent.
go check out Score Trader. We'll have more of that at the end. How Pigoy did. Pigoy won us $50 for the TCF boys. That will most likely be going into a little bit of a show pot, as we would say, as Danny Parkins and Dan McNeil would say, that we're going to see what the TCF boys' brains can get together and maybe get some winners. And that's how we're going to get our millions, is we're going to turn that into our millions. That's all it takes. Not going to be that hard. Right, boys?
Sounds good, man.
We're confident.
I got no problem with that.
It sounds super confident.
Sure. my 10 horse got third, so I hit the board again.
Good for you.
Thank you.
And which race was that?
That was Australia D race.
How did that finish?
6-2-10. My 10 was 8-1.
All right. We're gonna do our last little thing here. The last subject of 2020. Favorite Chicago athletes of the decade. What do you guys want to do? 2 or 3 each? How do we want to do this?
Let's go a couple each. Two or three.
We'll go 2 or 3 each. We'll start off with 2. I'm going to go first just because I can. And
Second.
Can we double up or no? Are we doing
Dude, you know what? Just
3?
I would say just give whatever the hell you feel like giving.
I'm going to have to go with
You could have one.
I'm going to have to go with Derrick Rose.
See, you can have one, or you can have 3, or you can have whatever.
Whoa, I didn't expect that. I like that. It's a good call. Not a bad call.
I know
at
he
all.
didn't
I don't mean to make it sound
win
like
us
that.
a lot, but the MVP and the little run that we went on when he was there, I was in the peak years of my sports fandom, and it turned me on to sports in a way that you've seen how exciting it could be, even though we couldn't get past LeBron. Derrick Rose was something that, without that knee injury, that could have been something just unbelievably special. But it's a tough one. Like I said, a tough one. I guess this really isn't going in order, but just of the decade I can think of, Derrick Rose. What's yours, Matt?
Mine is it's gotta be Jay Cutler.
Jay Cutler?
There's no question in my mind.
I have Jay Cutler on my list too.
Not from a obviously I don't think he's the best athlete in Chicago over the past decade, but by goddamn is he my favorite.
But you know what? He's the best quarterback the Bears have ever had.
It's your favorite.
He's the best quarterback.
Yeah,
he's the best quarterback the Bears have ever had. That's a fact.
I love the attitude. I love number 6. I just love the.
Well, you
I
must
think
not
it's
like.
a perfect number for a cocky ass quarterback.
You not like Matt Forte's comments then about? Did you see that?
No. I mean, everybody's got their shots.
I know. I thought it was maybe a little piling on too much on both him and Trubisky. Pigoy.
I would say favorite. I mean, the obvious one is probably Taze or Kane, but I think my favorite is probably Joakim Noah.
Joakim, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Because here's the thing, he's the guy that when you're watching a Bulls game, 8 years ago, you're like, God damn, I love that guy. But he's also the guy that if you're playing against him, you're like, I would hate to play against that guy.
Okay, I'm gonna throw one out here. I'm not saying he wasn't in Chicago for that long, and there's a lot of other players like an Anthony Rizzo that you would maybe think of, but Jake Arrieta, for 1 year in time, he was maybe one of the greatest pitchers of all time. For 1 year, his stats were some of the top 5 in Major League history.
He shoved for the Cubs.
I remember I went to, I think it was a Dodgers-Cubs game at Wrigley, a Sunday night. I got to see him pitch, and I think he took a no-hitter maybe into the 5th or 6th inning. It was just beautiful. Every time he went out there that year, you knew that he had an opportunity to win. We won a World Series. It was just I mean, the guy. Like I said, I think that year they won the World Series was one of the main reasons they won that World Series. The way he kept that team going, it was beautiful, boys.
I want to throw a wild card out, and this isn't my pick because in playing with the rules of my favorite player, he's up there. He might be in probably the top 5 if we went that deep. But the best athlete in Chicago in the past decade, in my opinion, was Duncan Keith. I just want to make sure that's thrown out there. That I think he was the best. He was the most impactful player at his position on the best team in the city for the past decade. And I mean, you can say what Kane obviously is second in my opinion. I think if you could go 1-2 either way with those guys, but Duncan Keith was winning Conn Smythe, or he was winning Conn Smythes as well. He was winning.
It was his time on ice too.
I mean, he was the best. He was an absolute warrior for that team.
He
for
took
years,
a puck off the teeth.
They rode his back.
He took a puck off the mouth and kept moving.
He was playing 40 minutes a game almost in playoff nights, dude. Like, it was nuts the things that guy was doing on the ice. So I want to throw that out there. That's a guy that I really have a ton of respect for, and I think was just outstanding at his position. For favorite, I got to go to Kane. I know it's going to the well. It's a low-hanging fruit here, but he's the most electrifying player in the city.
Igor?
Right, and listen, this isn't like the best athlete, but it's your favorite athlete. So I had Joakim Noah. I'd probably take Jonathan Toews. I actually met Jonathan Toews one time, and
really
that. But
slight brag.
Yeah, we went to the Hawks Stanley Cup parade in 2013, and then long story short, snuck our way into the after party at the hotel lobby, and we were kind of huddling around where the players would exit the lobby to go out to the street to go to their cars, and I'm standing there and Toews is walking over and he gets to the exit and I go, "Hey Jonathan, hey, congratulations!" I stuck my hand out and he goes, "Hey, thank you," and then he just kept going.
He didn't shake your hand.
So, yeah. No, he
didn't.
You
didn't say. You gotta say that to make sure everyone knows.
No, say yes or no.
You didn't just
he
walk
stuck
by
my hand
you.
out. I go, "Hey." No, I said, "Hey, congratulations," and he shook my hand and he goes, "Hey, thank you." And then
all right, Pigo, who's the final one you got?
Pretty sweet.
I got Toews, Noah, and I mean. I'll default and go Rizzo.
Yeah, like I said, Rizzo's got to be on everyone's list. He's been with.
He's the captain. He's the captain.
Stunk. So, I'm gonna throw one more out here. I don't know if we're all gonna be able to do it. Who's your favorite coach of the decade? Ooh. I would have to say, like I said, we're all gonna have to say Joe Madden. We'd all probably say Joe Madden in a way. I was a big. I like Thibodeau. Thibodeau, yeah, he kind of ran the guys in the ground sometimes, but he got them to win with some teams that probably shouldn't have. Yeah, Quinville
won 3 titles.
Quinville.
I mean, and he's one of the best coaches in the sport of all time.
And it's just kind of that's why it just sucks the way it ended.
It just rips your heart out the way they canned him. I mean,
but I think
he should have been the guy to stay. If you're gonna get rid of somebody, keep the Hall of Famer. Let the other fucking schmucks go.
We realized that we let the players make the decision for us, and then this is what happened. This is what happened when you make.
Not even that. I don't think the players wanted.
No, what I mean
I think this is a Bowman power play move, dude.
Yeah, that is true. That's when you let a front office has too much power.
The players were pissed.
Well, yeah, the older guys were pissed. It was
no.
What I meant, you know what I mean by it was a lot of. It seemed like he was favoriting the older guys, and then that's why they kind of pushed him out. So there was a lot of the older guys were.
You're right. You're definitely right because there was always that underlying notion that he would
play the younger guys.
The young guys. He would not. He held Teravainen back. He held Sod back early. He held Levy
Panarin.
back. Guys like that. Panarin. Panarin isn't going to let anybody hold him back. That guy's just too good.
Well, and he was. Something in the front office there was bad. He would never be a Chicago Blackhawk again. Panarin. He does not like. I don't think he liked the way he got traded, right? And he just didn't know about it.
Yeah, for Saad.
Yeah. It was a flip flop for Panarin and Saad.
Yeah, that's so.
So how's that working?
Yeah, that's looking good. I said Seabrook also out. Maybe his career. He's having shoulder surgery and then double hip surgery, so that doesn't sound. They said that he's still in the. He could still maybe come back and play. I don't think so. At least the Blackhawks are. Their decade. They had the best decade they've ever had in team history. and hopefully this next decade can be good. But it's not going to start off very good unless we can maybe turn it around this year. But we don't have any.
So we're all on. So we're all on Quinville.
Yeah, we're all. Oh yeah, I think
Pretty
Quinville or for Cub fans too. The guy who won us the World
I have
Series.
no
like,
problem with Madden.
No,
I mean,
I-
Madden's
well, see,
just-
I like-
Madden's
I'm
fair
not
as
saying we have to have a
anybody.
consensus one.
No. I like Thibodeau. Thibodeau just seemed to get a ton out of players that
Yeah.
probably weren't
That year,
as good
Joakim
as
Noah
they
was.
should have been, but he just gets a ton out
Joakim
of
was
them.
third, I think he was third in the MVP race one year. Like that's
Think
crazy
about
to think.
think about how much he got out of Taj Gibson.
Yeah, but then you also
Yeah.
look at the maybe don't.
Think about how much you got out of some of those shit point guards too, like Lucas,
Well, right.
and Nate Robb, and DJ Augustine. He made DJ
Keith
Augustine a
Bogans.
boatload of money. Keith Bogans,
Now?
yeah.
Keith
I
Bogans.
mean, he made a lot of guys a lot of money. CJ Watson, I mean, come on.
Now,
John
now
Lucas.
Thibodeau's making that TV TV money. He's on all the shows
yeah,
now.
he's no dummy.
No,
That raspy voice motherfucker.
it seemed like
guy.
every time you talked to him, it seemed like he just coached a 4 overtime game and screamed the whole time. Seemed,
Stay up, stay up.
but sadly, we do not have
Stay
we do not have a Boomies wacky web story to end 2019. Sadly, he's not here tonight. Oh whoa.
Hey, bless you. Bless you.
Thank you. So we are gonna have to go into 2020 without a Boomies wacky web story. Unless Matt, you got one for us?
Well, I got to reach into the booby machine here. I did solicit one from our good pal, and we might have to get this picture put up, Zach, because
Yeah.
this one's a
This
trip.
was interesting.
The Gladwin County, Michigan Sheriff's Office says that 4 underage men were operating a horse and buggy while intoxicated. So looking at the picture, this clearly looks like 4 guys who were in the midst of their Breaking Amish run. They look like they were all wearing the same white shirt, same very similar haircut. And who the hell else would be riding a horse and buggy in Michigan?
Yeah.
So just going to throw that out there. It's appearing that these were definitely an Amish crew. But the Gladwin County Sheriff's Office responded to reports that the men were intoxicated and tossing beer cans from the buggy in the area of Beaverton and Bard Roads in Beaverton Township around 9:40 p.m. on a Sunday. So a little Sunday fun day for these guys.
Little
You know,
Sunday.
For a guy that's been to
Just kicking
Amish
it with
country
the
before,
boys, you
like
know?
that would just be hilarious to see them get like somebody. I guess it wouldn't be hilarious, but to like the fact that the cops pulled over the horse and buggy and everything, like that's just crazy.
Yeah, well, police say the 4 men initially gave them fake ages and refused to provide their names. So just to throw that out there, they know what they're doing. They're trying to get out of it any way
Yeah.
they can. I don't hate the hustle, but you got to look at this picture because one of the guys, especially
You said
in
what
the
looks like
picture that I'm
Seth
going to send you
Rogen?
here in a minute, Zach. It looks like It looks like the spawn of Seth Rogen and Andre the Giant. Straight up, looks exactly like the guy, dude. And all the 2 on the right look maybe cast-offs of like Beatles wannabes. The top left, he's got his own set of issues. I'm not going to chime in. These guys look like they had a rough night on that Sunday. My guess is they had a rough hit at the gate. Probably lost a couple of the 3:00 games and really just tied one out of the buggy and took it out for a spin.
I need to know this. We need to
maybe.
maybe. I've been to Amish country before out in Iowa. I need to know if these people are out there gambling. Are these Amish people out there gambling?
They have to be.
How would they do it?
You've seen Kingpin, right? The guy,
Oh, yeah.
guy's a bowling legend.
I understand, but like,
bowling legend. He's a riverboat gambler.
But, like,
Basically,
are these-
he's showing up. He's getting
how are
his
they
hand chopped.
putting how are they putting their 3:00 bets in? They don't have a phone.
It's valid.
They must have a hell of a bookie.
Yeah, they gotta.
Hey, Michigan just passed sports gambling, so maybe these guys, that's where they were taking their buggies.
They're going on.
Trying to hit the bug. They're trying to live bet the Sunday night.
They're trying to hit the
game
casino.
before, Seattle pissed it away. There you go.
Well, like I said, don't drive a horse and buggy. Well, don't drive anything drunk, but the horse and buggy, you can't do it. Can't do it. Won't do it.
I just sent you the picture, Zach. You got to drop.
We will
this
have
in.
to. But this, like I said, this has been the TCF morning show of 2019. It is Tuesday,
Yes, Happy New Year.
December 31st, New Year's Eve. We got a lot of football to watch today. I don't know if you're working or not. I will not be. I don't think Pico is. Matt?
Yes.
Nope.
So you'll be working when this comes out, sadly. I'll be sleeping.
Yes.
I'll be sleeping. Actually, I don't know. I'm gonna try and get up early. Not. But we will see you probably maybe Friday morning or so. Maybe we'll try and get a show in on New Year's Day night. We'll see what we can get. We got to get a show in before the weekend, though, for the NFL preview. We got the playoffs coming up, and we got more bowl games, and we can preview some bowl games on there. But thank you to our sponsors, The Money Otter. Go to themoneyotter.com. This beautiful mug right here they made for us. Go to themoneyotter.com. Check out some of their stuff that they got left over from the holidays. They got some new stuff coming at you for the new year. They're back and back in action in the garage. They're making some pottery, some woodworking stuff there. That's what they do. Hannah and Mitch Prentice. Shout out to The Money Otter, themoneyotter.com. And you go on Facebook, Instagram, The Money Otter. Also, shout out to Score Trader. Like I said, Pigoy won himself $50 this weekend for the TCF. Boy, I'm going to drop in the
Got the show pot started.
I'm going to drop in the Score Trader ad right here of our guy Pigoy telling us about the ad and also how we won ourselves $50.
Score Trader Week 17 update. TCF Chicago gets third place overall in the Week 17 contest. We had Joe Mixon as our top running back. Bought a bunch of shares in him. He ended up being the top running back for the entire week on the Score Trader leaderboard. We also had Brashad Perryman from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as the third best wide receiver for the week in the contest. Score Trader top leaderboard gets us third place for $50 cash prize to us. Guys, listen, Score Trader, go check it out. It is a free-to-play fantasy sports app where you buy stock in players during the week and then decide if you want to sell them off or let it ride during the contest on Sunday or Saturday. Now for the playoff, Score Trader running some NFL playoff contests, so go ahead and check that out as well. Again, free to play, cash prizes at your disposal. Go ahead and draft your players, buy stock in your players, and see how you do. That is at Score Trader app and at typical_Chicago on Twitter. Be sure to tweet us photos of your portfolio and as well look for us on the top trader leaderboard.
Pigoy, great read. Awesome read. You killed it there. Pigoy, you're a natural. You're a natural for the ad read.
You know what? I do kind of subtly enjoy reading an ad. I'll tell you that.
Okay. I was sarcastic in a way.
I like it. Well, it wasn't good enough. So
if you want to follow,
try again next.
If you want to follow Pigoy on Twitter, it's at TCF Pigoy. Follow Matt.
Can you see that?
I can't see it. That's rude. If you want to follow Matt, it's at schools_01. If you want to follow me, it's at ZLiljatcf. The main page is at typical_Chicago. Instagram, Facebook, Typical Chicago Fans. Type in Typical Chicago Fans in your Apple, Spotify, Spreaker, wherever you listen to podcasts at, and subscribe, rate, follow, review. Give us a 5-star rating on there. Go check out we did the audio version of the morning show and the TCF pod itself. The episode 60 was dropped yesterday, so go check that out. And on YouTube, we dropped this on there too. And we dropped the Typical Chicago Fans podcast itself on there also. So subscribe on the YouTube page. We'll be dropping a bunch of stuff on here. Like the videos. Comment on the videos. Let us know what you think of us. If you don't like us, let us know. Anything else, boys?
No,
don't
do that.
That's fine.
If you don't like us, don't let us know.
Let us know.
No, I couldn't care less.
Let us know. Anything else, boys?
You can tell me how shitty my ad reads are. Just let me know what
your ad reads aren't shitty though. That's the problem. If you're just gonna come troll, then come troll like a real man.
They're crystal clear.
Come on, just actually. If you're gonna troll, then do it well.
Do it right.
That's all I ask.
Do it right.
Please.
Not like the guy today who just threw up the guy that threw up a couple emojis. Like, come on, dude, be better.
We invite
the poop emoji.
The very good trolls.
Yeah, like be better than that, man. If you're gonna troll us, be better than 3 emojis. Yeah. That's all I'm gonna say.
I like that. If you're gonna come at the Kings, be stronger than that.
We're not the Kings.
Oh, we're the Kings.
Holy
You gotta have the mindset
well,
of the
I'm
Kings. That's you're not.
Yeah.
You're not. If you don't think you're a king, then that's not good.
Pigo, have you ever seen Boiler Room? Act as if.
Act
all right?
as if.
Just act as
This has
if.
been the TCF Morning Show, Tuesday, December 31st, New Year's Eve day. We hope you all have a safe New Year's Eve night. Get home safe. Like I said, it's amateur hour out there. Everyone's out and about. Just be safe out there. Don't do anything stupid. Like I said, 2020 is the year of the TCF. TCF merge, TCF everything. We're taking over 2020. Me, Matt, Pigoy, Boomy, all of us over here at the TCF brand gang. We're gonna make 2020 a fun one. Like I said, thank you to you guys also for coming along for the ride here on the TCF Morning Show. We're about a month or so in. It started off as just an idea. We're back. We've been doing it consistently for the last 4 or 5 weeks. It's been really fun. Like I said, we're gonna keep this moving into 2020. We then thank everyone for all their support out there. We wouldn't be doing this without you guys. Pretty much, we love you all. Have a good, like I said, New Year's Eve. Safe New Year's Eve. Peace.
See you.
Thank you.